Well, hello Xiro Nuts, and how are we all doing on this fine day? It has been a while, but we are back together in this forum to talk about some very, very important issues regarding the Xiro drone. First, I want to welcome our new viewers, new subscribers. There's been a couple. Welcome to our channel, welcome to our forum. I believe this is the only Western forum where we discuss nothing but Xiro. Yes, 100% Xiro on this channel. First, let me get you guys up to date. There's been a ton of fires in my area. Tons of helicopters, clouds, smoke. Not fun, not cool. So it's kind of inhibited my ability to fly the drone much. I think I took about 1-2 weeks off. And then just the other day I posted my first kind of neighborhood shot that I had done in eons. So let's get started with the strange and unusual. Over the past couple weeks, I've been watching, as I always do, whatever new Xiro videos may appear on YouTube. There are some very talented, very creative flyers out there. They do wonderful things with their drones. I click on a video, a man in Australia, and this is under, I believe, the title Xiro Drone Crashes. If you've ever watched my video, I crashed. It's very similar, the type of space that this gentleman is flying in. Kind of next to the house, next to a fence with a tree involved space. And he's not taking the drone up very high to clear any of it. It's just kind of sitting at about 6 feet. He was in talks with Xiro to get a new drone awarded to him at no cost. Apparently he bought the first one for $1,000. $1,000? I paid under $600 for the complete kit for mine. So I'm not sure what the currency difference is between the US and Australia, but I'm guessing it couldn't be that much. He said he got an extended warranty or extended coverage covering the drone. So where's your extended coverage, sir? So this guy says the drone suddenly lost control and crashed to the ground, destroying the gimbal and most of the drone. I think he shows pictures of the drone in pieces. I don't know if he sent the HJ files to Xiro where they inspected them. Probably not. Somehow I get the feeling he would not know how to access them if someone explained it to him. He was very adamant about getting another drone and quite pissed off at Xiro for their apparent incompetence in making a working, functional drone. Part of his argument is that the drone just suddenly went down. The company asked if it had been properly calibrated. Maybe they did look at the HJ files because I believe the end result was that they were not going to give him a new drone because it wasn't properly calibrated, which he argued. Upon looking at the video, and I wish I could show it to you, but I encourage you just to simply search, look for an Australian guy, kind of pissed off. If you look at the frame where it's in the backyard, there is a point, and I don't have the number for it, but if you want to take the time and waste your time, you can look for it. The drone tilts like this towards the camera. At that point, and I don't even think he understands what's going on, you can clearly see the green light is flashing green, white, which is in court basically proof that the drone was not properly calibrated and was not flying with a proper compass. Yeah, sorry bud, you lose. A lot of people don't understand what happens when your drone is flying with a fucked up compass. Don't ignore those blinking lights. They're trying to tell you something. And now it's time for the strange and unusual. A very fine flyer who at some point, I guess, took a vacation to Thailand to do some filming on the beaches has reported the craziest thing I have ever heard. 3 things happened to this gentleman. First, while he was in flight, apparently his battery fell off mid-flight. And I ask, how does that happen? Let me explain. You see, when they made the Xiro drone in all their wisdom, they made a special latch. If this latch is not fully pressed down, the drone will not start. Trust me, I've done this. I believe in my Out to the Ball Game video, you can see this. I talk about this. I thought there was something wrong with the compass or the GPS. No, the battery latch was simply not pressed all the way down. This battery, I have to really push on just to get it out of its little casing. He says he double checks it every time, but it fell out apparently. But it doesn't stop there. The excitement continues. Because what happens next is absolutely unbelievable. Right after the battery falls out, which would leave the drone powerless and falling to the ground, but apparently it was still flying after the battery flew out, the camera fell off too. So now we have a drone with no power, falling to the ground, but before it hits, the camera disengages and falls with it to the sand. This is very sad and very strange. Now, upon seeing this video, I couldn't help but leave a small comment. First, saying, hey dude, you got some great footage there. You're really good at flying that thing. But then I also bled in, and maybe I should have kept my mouth shut. But I said, hey, this is impossible. I don't see how all three, well, we're at two, but wait, no. It gets better. There's a third part of this story. You see, not only did the battery fall off in flight, and while the Xiro was falling to the ground, the camera fell off too. But, are you ready for this? When he installed the Xiro app on his phone, it contained malware. Is this a Chinese thing? Is it something? I don't know. Now, anyone who owns a Xiro is very familiar with the mechanics of it. We all know that the connection between the battery and the gimbal are two different locking systems with two different mechanisms keeping them in place. So let's just figure an average. You know, they always say when it comes to electronics and machinery, it is 99.9% human error. Go back to my videos, we talk about that in several of them, about 2 months ago. It is always human error, folks. Always. So I really get discouraged when I read about these people just demanding and insisting with almost impunity that there was some kind of fault in the machine, that it did something wrong, that this just suddenly came detached, and after this came detached, which doesn't even make sense, the camera became detached. And that's why I lost my $600 or $1,000 purchase. And I'm kind of like, okay guys, get over it. You fucked up, you ruined your drone, you didn't do something you should have done, and now you don't want to just simply man up and take responsibility for that mistake. Guys, when I crash this drone, it is going to be an event. And I can assure you, I will be doing something incredibly stupid in the process of crashing it. And I will take full responsibility for the utter demise and end of its well-being. Well guys, once again, that just about does it for the show. I'm going to leave you guys with some little time-lapse footage I took of the recent fire. It's a view that you've seen many times in my videos, and I was bored, took the camera outside and watched the smoke billow up. Pretty impressive clouds, and I took a crap load of useless